Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Director Watch, an Awards Watch podcast that attempts to get inside the mind of cinema's greatest auteur, explore what drives them, and maybe we go on a few unrelated tangents along the way. I'm Ryan McQuade, the executive editor here at Awards Watch, and joining me as always is the man with all the sugar, my co-host, Jay Ledbetter.
Ryan, it's nice to, sometimes we like to really dig deep into philosophical, like challenging work, but it's just nice to be back into just true popcorn, Hollywood fare. Chantal Akerman series is starting today.
Yes, sir.
And I mean, just like it's just, it makes me feel like I'm a child watching Raiders of the Lost Ark for the first time. It's remarkable. We're talking Tu Il Elle.
Oh, wow. Look at you
Ayu
pulling
Hishi.
Ayu Hishi. Yes.
Her first
Narrative?
narrative feature.
You want to call it that?
Yeah.
Sure.
And it's a really easy one to get into and one that I think will be able to talk to very intelligently. And
I think one we'll talk for hours on.
I mean, you absolutely could. And I think we'll have a ton to talk about, but it's just a hard movie to talk about.
It is. It is. We're doing Ackerman. I'm super excited. Done with Warren Beatty. Hopefully you can be a little bit more positive going forward.
I like almost all of those movies, but
it's got a big problem.
Love them. But this is a director who likes to put herself in her films as well.
Exactly. So now we got to get we're really doing actor directors a lot to start this year.
Yeah.
It seems like. And you've got to decide, is it Ackerman or is it Warren Beatty?
I mean, they're two peas in a pod.
I mean, for real. But no, I'm really excited to do this. Obviously, Jay and I, when we came up with the idea of this, Jay, it was really to do one film. It's really to do Jeanne Dielman. Like,
That was the whole reason we started this podcast, correct?
No, not this podcast. It's the inception of the series, but then it's also to explore this glorious box set that Criterion has released as well. And it's very much at the core of what we do every year. Like, I mean, for example, listeners know last year when we were doing the Ozu series, there was very much a sense of trying to discover. And so this, in a lot of ways, is both discovery for you and I, and a chance to, yes, even though it's going to be a challenging episode and there will be some challenging films, it is about less the silly shit we do on this show and more about the getting under and trying to find the
this is one where you gotta worry about sounding
Ackerman.
stupid.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. This is like Malik,
Where
where
it is the third, is that right? Third film in the Sight and Sound top 10 that we've covered.
yes. What were the other ones?
Tokyo Story.
Yep.
Yasujiro Ozu, a film we were obsessed with.
A film that is one of the greatest movies I've ever seen.
Amazing. And Beau Travail, another masterpiece.
Another masterpiece. And in this
Tokyo
series,
Story was number 4, Beau Travail was number 7, and now we are doing number 1.
Yeah. So
what is sort of the critic consensus best movie of all time?
And,
that's not this episode, though.
Nope. This one is the appetizer leading into that meal next week.
Yes.
And I know that you have already prepared. You are doing the work.
I am doing the work.
I'm so proud of you for this. I mean, you did the work with Beatty, you know?
I do the work, man. Like, I don't know what to tell you.
I mean, you were reading books. Not a lot of Chantal Akerman books, though, right?
There is not exactly the robust, salacious biography that Warren Beatty had for Chantal.
Not a lot
Akerman,
of Chantal Akerman, former lover, speaking in a book.
No.
Okay.
I do have 2 books, though, but they're like more kind of academic, critical books about her stuff.
Are you excited about doing this series?
I'm horrified of doing this series, but I am very excited. I mean, I feel that way. I feel about this series how I felt when we did the not exactly the same, but how I felt when we went into Malick.
Mm,
Malick was a little bit different because I went into Malick knowing that he was my favorite filmmaker of all time.
mm,
But I also understood that his films were worthy of me not bullshitting for 2 hours every week,
mm,
and ones that I really wanted to do justice for.
mm.
And that is how I feel about Chantal Akerman, even though coming into this series, I had never seen a Chantal Akerman movie.
Yeah, I think when you get the number one film on Sight and Sound, and there was a lot of discovery over the last what year or two, 2 years
Mhm.
since that list came out of her, and I think tapping into her last year as a director probably, it would have been too on the nose. Now everybody gets to breathe. Everybody was so invested last year into the best films of the century so far, 25 years in.
That was what? That was the Sight and Sound. That was 2022, right?
I thought it was like 24. Am I wrong about that?
I want to say it was 22,
Maybe
but
it's 22. I don't know. It felt like it was a couple years. Anyway, it
everything
was a couple years ago.
post-COVID has been an absolute blur.
It
But
really does. Like I gotta just tell you that like time moves weirdly now after that whole debacle.
it
But
was 2022
it
because
was
that
true.
was
Thank you,
the
Jay.
70th anniversary of the first Sight and Sound poll.
All right, so next year is the 75th annual.
We
So
got to vote.
we got to vote. Do you think
Come
we could get a
on.
vote?
I bet we could pull some strings.
We got to think we should get some votes. There
You
were some
could.
people.
I couldn't.
Me? Why would I get it over
You could
you?
do it. You're
I'm
so
what?
good, man.
I'm so good. You think people really want to hear my opinion on what the 10? Well, okay. What would then be your 10? What would you put in there?
My 10.
All time.
I mean, that
Would
is
would you be doing okay? Now here's the question I gotta ask you. Would
best or
you?
favorite. Is that the
Yeah, that's what
question?
I'm gonna say. Are you gonna do best or
See,
favorite?
I
Second.
am of the opinion that there is not a difference, and you're a coward if you consider there to be a difference.
No, I'm just asking. Don't call me. But I do think that. I do think though when you're making a list like that, I do think that it is important to have some films from different pinpoints of cinema rather than just you know
And
10
I
movie.
think they should just be your 10 favorite movies of all time,
See,
which
it's hard
to
for me
you
to.
personally would be the 10 best movies of all time.
Yeah.
Mine would be, off the top of my head, The Tree of Life,
Okay.
Heat,
Heat. Wow.
Mulholland Drive.
Okay.
God, I know I'm gonna forget something that I shouldn't.
But like
Um,
Eyes Wide Shut. Barry Lyndon.
Barry Lyndon,
Yeah.
absolutely in there.
Would you have something from Altman?
Oh, definitely Shortcuts
Shortcuts. Okay. Yeah, I knew that was
would be
coming.
my Altman, and honestly, it's possible that there's two Altmans in there. The
What
Master, I would probably put in there.
Masters PTA? Okay. Did you put a
I
Marty
would
in there?
put two Maliks in there. I would throw the Thin Red Line in there.
Okay.
Matter of Life and Death, I would put in
Yeah.
there.
That's 8.
Am I at 8?
Mm-hmm.
Um, boy, oh boy.
Not a lot of women in this list.
Excuse me.
I'm just trying to get you in trouble.
I don't know that off the top of my head. Maybe Once Upon a Time in the West. Maybe might be in there.
Okay. That's 9.
Maybe.
You want
Yeah. I mean, these are all off the dome.
to put Godfather 2?
Um,
Want to put Jaws? Raiders?
Lawrence of Arabia.
Lawrence of Arabia? Okay. No Spielberg, no Scorsese.
There's only 10 spots, man.
But you put double Malik. All right. Awesome.
Yeah, he's my guy.
Wow. Can you count 10 for me? Quick.
Yeah, let's
All
go.
right. There'll be blood.
1.
Godfather.
Okay.
Um, Man, this really is tough.
The People Love Dead Air.
The Red Shoes.
Yep.
All the President's Men.
4.
Trying to think. Probably Moonlight.
5.
Uh, I gotta put Mad Max Fury Road in there.
Okay,
Those are
6.
probably like probably the most recent.
What was the first one
Uh,
you said?
Toby Blood.
What about The Godfather? You love The
I
Godfather.
know. I said The Godfather.
Oh, you did. Okay, all right.
Yeah. McQuade, Miss Miller.
Okay,
How many is that?
6.
Six. Wow. This really does get tough. I probably agree with you. Lawrence of Arabia.
Uh-huh.
Uh, Amadeus.
Great movie.
That's a great one. Where am I at? 8.
8.
Let's go. Man, I have a list here. Malcolm X.
9.
Uh, I'm stuck between either one of these. I'll go Kiki's Delivery Service.
Kiki's Delivery Service as your Miyazaki. Okay.
Yeah.
See, now I'm even just looking back. I'm like, oh, I should have had Chinatown in there.
Oh, Chinatown's great.
I should have had
I should have had
uh,
It's a wonder.
Casino in there.
It's a Wonderful Life.
It's a Wonderful Life.
That's the
What's your favorite Scorsese? The
Goodfellas.
Aviator?
It's Goodfellas.
Oh, Goodfellas.
No, the one I watched the most is probably The Aviator.
Yeah, of course. It's so lean.
No, I think that movie moves.
That's
man.
when you just flip on and
I think that
let it
movie
ride.
I honestly I do. I think it absolutely rips. Like I know you just recently watched it.
No, I like it. I like it a lot.
But
It's not one that I'm
moves.
like, ooh, what a movie I love to just have on in the background. The Aviator.
I think it's so good. Scene to scene, just incredible stuff. You got the stuff with wings, you got the relationship stuff, you got him falling apart.
Scorsese's highest on the Sight and Sound is Taxi Driver at 29.
It's a great movie.
Hmm.
Ooh, Mishima.
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 Love Mishima.
I do think Citizen Kane is like all time great. I think Vertigo's right. Like Casablanca is also there too. I mean, Tokyo Story is
There's
another
a lot
one.
of good movies out there.
Yeah. They're really The Graduate,
We love
Heartbreak
movies.
Kid. We talked about those last year. Those are phenomenal films. You're right. I wouldn't put Heat. I'd put The Insider if I was doing Michael Mann.
And Moonlight was number 60. It was way up there.
Yeah. Yeah. It was one of the 4 new films. I think it was like that, Parasite,
Portrait
Get
of a Lady on
Out,
Fire
and Portrait of a
was
Lady on
30.
Fire.
That's
Yeah.
crazy.
I would put that's a
2
movie.
spots ahead of Psycho.
That's fucking crazy. What Hitchcock would you put in there?
Rear Window is my
Rear
favorite
Window?
Hitchcock problem.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Man, we should do Hitchcock one day.
That would be fun.
That'd be fun.
Good director, I think.
You think?
In my opinion, good director.
In your opinion, that's tough though. I was just thinking about high and low. Kurosawa.
Yeah, Kurosawa.
There's just so many fucking good movies. Oh my god. I was thinking about what was it? Kieslowski, Double Life.
Yeah.
Double Life or Blue would be wonderful. We've done some good movies, by the way. I'm just going to point that out there. We've talked about some great movies.
Like In the Mood, yeah, In the Mood for Love.
In the Mood for Love. Oh my god. Did you say Mulholland Drive?
That was in my 10.
Yeah. And then Malick, mine would be The New World.
Yeah.
That's my favorite Malick.
It's a great film.
It's a great film. Tree of Life also though. That's just like, I mean, that's your number one movie, Jay, and it's honestly like the correct answer.
Throw in The Thing.
Social
Umbrellas of Cherbourg.
Social Network. What are you doing?
Social Network.
I gotta say,
Wild Bunch.
shout out Sean Fennessy and Amanda Dobbins. Their number one film of the last 25 years, Social Networks.
Yeah.
That's the correct answer, honestly.
I mean, it's not, but it's a good answer.
It's a really.
They didn't even have The Tree of Life in their 25.
Did they even have Malick at all?
No.
No. I don't. Not Malick's not for everybody though, buddy.
Malick is not for everybody.
No, but they had Anchorman.
They did.
That should be in the Sight and Sound.
They had Anchorman.
They had
not
Anchorman.
Tree of Life, but they had Anchorman.
I mean,
Where's Tree of Life on the Sight and Sound?
that's probably not on there.
It is not in the 100. I know it's
It's got to be in like the 100 to 200 range.
somewhere. It is
It was shockingly
196.
low on that New York Times list, I'm going to tell
It
you.
is tied with a handful of movies, including Mad Max Fury Road,
Okay.
Nosferatu, Doctor Strangelove, Double
The
Indemnity,
Doctor Strange. Wow. Oh,
The Life and
double
Death of
indemnity.
Colonel Blimp, and I Know Where You're Going.
I know where you're going.
This is,
Um,
I mean, that's good company to be in.
that's a list actually within itself. That's really really good. All
And
right.
several others as well.
Shall we talk about the movie?
But there's a lot of good movies. Yeah, let's talk about the subject of this series, Chantal Akerman.
Yes. So you've dived into Ackerman. I well, how did you? Well, Jay, how did you get the box set for Ackerman?
Oh, interesting. I was sent it in the mail as a Christmas present.
From who?
Ryan McQuade.
There you go. There you go. It was a little bit of preparation for this year, as well as also the gift of giving at the holiday season.
Hmm.
And at the time of recording, Jay, where's my Christmas gift?
Uh, Almost in the mail. We're
And
recording in mid-January.
and correct if I'm not mistaken, I have a gift coming. Yes.
Hmm.
Nobody else in my house though.
Well, it's a mixed gift.
It's a mixed gift.
It's a group gift.
It's a wait. Now I got to share.
Well, and there's another thing.
Oh, okay. Well, all right. Let's see. All right. See, what I do every year is I get Jay and his wonderful wife Allie and their son Jed a gift each because, and I get
Twin
them,
Peaks: The Return coming in at 152.
and I get them at before
Mm.
the holidays. And
Yeah,
Jay,
he's much
this,
better than me.
and Jay always gives mine after, which is totally fine
Yep.
as long as you give a gift.
Sometimes I give like an absolutely elite, wonderful, sentimental gift.
Jay gave me maybe one of the best gifts I've ever received in my life.
It's a great gift.
So a couple of years ago, listeners, if you all know, not that you all know my life or you know the trajectory of my career, but the first ever quote I ever got on anything was for the movie called Pig. And I
Was that
wrote
the
this.
first thing on anything? And then it also happened to be like that huge?
Yeah. Because the Blu-ray was afterwards. So I got quoted on the back of the Blu-ray for Pig.
Hmm.
But before that, they had run a big FYC campaign to try to get Cage nominated, and it didn't happen. For that movie, which he's phenomenal in. That's one of his best performances ever.
Great movie.
And
Really
it's a
excited
great
for
Sarnowski's next film.
yeah.
What's he doing? He's doing
He's
the
got an A24 movie and then he's doing something big.
yeah, he's doing something big, right? It's God, I can't remember what it is, but I was like, oh, I'm actually
I
like
think he's doing
excited
the
for that.
Death Stranding movie. Is that what he's doing?
What's the A24 movie?
The Death of Robin Hood, the Hugh Jackman movie.
Oh yeah,
Yeah. And then I think he's doing the Death Stranding movie.
it's kind of interesting.
Yeah.
It's kind of interesting. Anyway,
Death
his-
Stranding, a movie or a game about carrying things.
yeah. Well, his Quiet Place movie was actually pretty.
I
decent.
like that movie
It's pretty
a
decent.
good bit. Yeah.
Yeah, he's a good director. He's good.
Very good.
Anyway, in LA, and I still have there's still the video of it somewhere also where like they do you get like a drone shot of the billboard, and it's from an article that I wrote about sort of an FYC of like why he should be nominated
There's a giant billboard in LA
with my quote all over it.
yeah.
And Jay, I think it was last year, sent me it framed with a quote from my interview with Cage
Hmm.
in under the photo.
Where Cage was like, "You're awesome.
Yeah,
Continue to be awesome," or whatever the
yeah,
quote was. I
yeah.
don't
It's like
remember.
peace and love, or in the new, or something
It
like
was
that.
like, "This was a wonderful time. Your
It's like his
co-host
last line.
is
Yeah,
only slightly cooler than you." I believe that was the direct quote.
it was wonderful. And I actually, um, I gotta hang it somewhere. I think I'm gonna hang it in my new office. And but
It's only been a year. It's still in storage. So that's
No,
cool.
it's not. It's just been it's like right over here, and I can see it.
On the ground.
No, it's like I don't. I'm terrible at
God,
hanging
he
things on
hated
wall.
it.
I am terrible at hanging things on walls.
You try to do something nice, and this is what happens, folks.
I still have it. I love it. I cherish it. I actually keep it very, very, very safe over here on the desk because I don't want anyone to touch it and I don't want anything bad to happen to it. It is a very cherished item in this house. And Jay, it is one of the nicest gifts you've ever given me in my life, period. It's best. It's one of the best anybody's ever given me. Sentimental gifts like that mean the world to me because it means like, even though yes, it's very like, oh, it's your quote and everything, but it's like I had no idea Jay was going to even send that to me. That was like such a out of the brain, never would have even
Yeah, it
imagined to
took like
ask
a
for.
little bit of work, you know,
Yeah, it took
but it was
time and
it's
effort.
just I mean, it's such a cool thing to
It's
have.
what you do for your bro. You know what I mean?
My one big FYC quote is still for Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Yeah, hell yeah, it
The
was.
what is it? Mutant Mayhem?
Yeah, good
Yeah,
movie by the way.
good movie.
Good movie.
Great quote by me.
But I will say the gifts I give now at the Ledbetter household, the primary focus on it
My child,
is the Jutster.
the Jetster.
Do you want to? Well, I can't tell anyone what the gift is this year. It would spoil potentially a series we might be
It'll
doing
come
later
up
in the year.
later in the year. Let's just
Later
say
in the
that.
year, we will be talking about
Vehicle related.
yes. So
Which
just kind of keep
vehicle?
that.
You'll find out.
You'll find out. We will talk about that on a future episode this year. So that is a tease. But we're here to talk about the gift I gave Jay, which is the box set and the beautiful work of Chantal Akerman. Now,
Yes, her
Jay
they
is
call it the masterpiece collection. It's all of her shorts and feature films from 1968 to 1978.
exactly. And so Jay, being the completest that you are and a wonderful
Mhm.
co-host, if I do say so myself, you watched all those damn shorts, didn't you, buddy?
I have watched everything
Up
that
to
she has made
1974.
up to this point. Everything that she completed up to this point. Yes.
So, what have you learned on your little journey so far about Chantal Akerman?
Yeah, I mean she's really into like propulsive narrative and action. I think is really what you need to know about her. No, it
Smart ass.
it is very interesting to see, and again, I'm coming at this from the perspective of someone who literally had never seen a Chantal Akerman film before we started this series, and now I have decided to completely dive headfirst into her entire thing. And you see from her first short, which is called "Blow Up My Town," she is a completely different type of filmmaker than anyone we've ever covered on the show. And it is a matter really of just how she deals with time. And it has really, watching all of her stuff has really made me appreciate time as maybe the most potent tool a filmmaker has. There's a quote from her where she says, "With my films, you're aware of every passing second passing through your body." And that is true. Some people would say that that is her greatest flaw, and other people would say that is what separates her from most filmmakers who have ever lived. And I think it is rewarding to varying degrees in all of her works, some more than others. Her first short film, which was made when she was, I think, 18, is just her doing menial kitchen chores, but then sort of rejecting them. And by the end of the film, blowing up the kitchen and herself in almost like a Chaplin-esque vaudevillian piece of comedy acting to a certain extent. The film I will say that I liked the most, the short that I liked, or actually, it's not even a short. It's called what is it called? It's the one where she's in a she just films a hotel in New York. So I guess we should just start with sort of Chantal Akerman's background, which is she was born in 1950 in Belgium, the daughter of a Holocaust survivor. Her mother was shipped to Auschwitz during World War II, where she lived for multiple years and where both of her grandparents, both of her mother's parents were killed. And I think that certainly shaped a good portion of her life, particularly her obsession with her own mother. And over the years, as an adolescent, she fell in love with film, watching the works of Jean-Luc Godard, as many a French person in the 1960s did. And then when she saw those works, she decided, I want to be a film director. And so she went to film school and immediately dropped out because she was like, this is academic and boring. I want to make movies. So she did make a short. Then she moved to New York where she started learning kind of more about avant-garde art generally and made a couple of great shorts, including her first sort of longer form film called Hotel Monterey, which is Ryan, have you seen Hotel Monterey?
I have not watched it. I was going to. I just ran out of time. Sorry. There's life has been very busy for me at the start of the
That is
year.
fine. It is a 63-minute movie that is
I love a
almost
63-minute movie.
exclusively um, shots of walls and doors and elevators in a hotel,
Ooh,
where the camera does not move at all.
is it nice?
It is fascinating and captivating. And if you asked any Gen Z person to watch it, they would shoot you in the face after 15 minutes. It
Well, doesn't
is,
it sound like it sound man, it kind of sounds like a little bit of like that video of paint drying that people watch every now and then and
well,
log
look,
on
there
Letterbox.
is some of that to it. There is this performance art element to it. There
Yeah.
is this degree of,
That's not and that's not a
I
shade or
dare you to
anything.
watch
It's
this.
yeah.
Uh,
It's
it's
patient
a crazy
filmmaking.
thing.
Yeah, it's her thing is from watching this and knowing a little bit about her filmography. She is definitely interested in the more not necessarily the unexciting things, but the mundanity of life and how
And
you find beauty within that,
it
you know.
really is to me, based on some of the quotes that I've seen from her, her relationship to time is so fascinating.
It's that
Where,
that's the other thing. She is a magician of capturing time in a lot of ways,
but
and
in a way
in a
where
way
it's
that's
like I
totally
am kind of
different.
testing you.
Yeah, it is a little bit of like a it is a there's a little like there's a little slyness to it where it's like
She
how much can I
rejects
get
the
away from it?
idea of, oh, that movie felt like it flew by. She's like, I think you should have a memory of every second that you have like you need to value every second that you're watching
Like
something.
you should
And so
feel the experience of the
therefore I'm going
time.
to make you feel
Yeah.
every second that you're watching one of my movies. And that is certainly the case with Hotel Monterey.
Hmm.
Um, and that was a fairly successful film. And then right after that, she moved back to Belgium
Yeah.
and made the film that we are talking about today, Tu Il Elle. It was shot in like a week and
It's
ended
crazy.
up being fairly successful and obviously propelled her to what I guess is the consensus best film of all time. But that's not the one we're talking about today. We're talking about The Appetizer. So, J'ai Tu Il Elle is the one that we're talking about today. But I would say if you have any interest in this kind of filmmaking, go watch Hotel Monterey. And if you have seen Jeanne Dielman and you completely reject it, absolutely never watch Hotel Monterey.
Yeah, I look forward to I actually am going to watch it um, before the next
Throw
episode.
your phone 3 rooms over.
I throw my phone away?
Absolutely. While you're watching Hotel Monterey, yes. Get rid
Okay.
of everything related to the outside world.
What if I'm watching it on my phone?
Well, that's actually how she wanted you to see it. I believe that movie was made for Game Boy Advance.
I think that that sounds wonderful. No, I will I don't have my phone on me when I'm watching a movie at home, especially if it's
Ever? Like, what do? You like get rid of it?
no, I just put it beside me and I put it on do not disturb or
Oh, well, there are
just
definitely times where I get tempted by the
well,
phone.
it depends on what if it's stuff for this show, I'm not I'm focused in. I'm locked in,
Yeah.
ready to go. If it's I don't know, the Pope's Exorcist, I'm not gonna not be on my
Look, we
phone.
got Jeanne Dielman coming up.
You got to lock in.
I'm putting the phone in the mailbox. I'm
In the mailbox. What are you, Michael
putting
Mann?
headphones on.
Good Lord. Oh, you're gonna lock in.
I'm locking in.
That movie's like what, 4 hours long?
320, I believe.
Hell
No,
yeah.
maybe 340,
340?
something.
Okay. It's a long one, that's for sure. Um
But it's got a lot of fight scenes in it, I think.
yeah, it's actually shot like hard boiled. Um okay. Jay,
Yeah.
your thoughts on this film?
Oh boy. Yeah. I mean, this my
Quit
thoughts on this
delaying and
film.
talk about it, damn it.
No, it's gonna. This is gonna be a fascinating series because Chantal Akerman's films are structured and kind of built in a way that makes them hard to talk about, but that doesn't necessarily mean that they're not impactful. Because I think Tu Il Elle is an incredibly impactful film, but it's one that kind of lends itself to a conversation about her philosophy with regards to storytelling more
Yeah.
than sort of your opinions on the film in and of itself.
Hmm.
It is a movie that is kind of built on three sort of mini vignettes. Um, the first portion of the film, I must admit, I had a little bit of trouble with. That film, according to Ackerman, is called The Time of Subjectivity, which is 35 minutes of a young woman. It is, in fact, Chantal Akerman in playing the character in the film,
Yep.
who is mostly moving furniture and eating sugar straight out of a bag.
Who hasn't done that?
It is very much a this is kind of my thing sort of statement to start the film. But it is. I understand her theory of you know I want you to feel every passing moment of my stories because the passage of time is sort of the most essential part of being alive. But it doesn't always make for particularly compelling storytelling. And Ryan, I will say we've talked about Terrence Malick, and what I love as much as anything about Terrence Malick is his ability to make small moments feel massive.
Yeah.
And I think Chantal Akerman has a very similar ability.
Hmm.
She's doing it in a less showy way. She does not really like to bring attention to um,
She's a minimalist. Yeah.
a minimalist,
A
I would
master
say,
minimalist.
largely.
Yeah.
But still, she can capture in a very simple action or image something that feels incredibly important and personal. She certainly captures in the same way that Malik does the universal in the specific. I think the character of Julie in this film, certainly in the first part of the film, is capturing. I don't know that her affliction is necessarily diagnosable in the movie. I'm not sure that you would say she is clinically depressed, but it is this kind of general idea of being afflicted by something, stuck by something, feeling some sense of rejection or waywardness that I think is captured entirely brilliantly by just this idea of repetition and stagnation and sort of a disregard for how you come off to the world. This idea of her just being naked in the window and just being naked around her house. And upending all of her furniture, just a rejection of what is common or familiar to her. And then it turns into something entirely different in the second and third parts of the film, which we'll talk about. But this is a movie that I am certainly not eager to revisit necessarily, but I entirely see the value of it. I think it's incredibly effective as an exploration of the human condition and is worthy of, theses written on it. We could do a 3-hour podcast on this movie, which we probably won't. Maybe we will. Maybe it'll be a 3-hour pod. We've spent a lot of time talking about other stuff so far, but there is a ton to talk about with this movie. I mean, all I've done is touched on the first third of the movie without going into anything else. And there's a ton to talk about just as far as her philosophy when it comes to this art form. It's fascinating.
It is fascinating. Because I genuinely know the vibe of what I was getting myself into
What's
when
your
we were doing
experience
this.
with her? Have you seen any of these movies?
No,
Okay.
this is why this is complete discovery for me, and I wanted us to do this series because I when it was announced that that Jeanne Dielman was the number one film in Sight and Sound, I was not like everybody else that just jumped to go put this on. You know what I mean? Like
I'm not sure that everybody was that way either.
I
That's
think there
a
was a lot of like
three and a half hour.
there were a lot of letterboxing on that week of like people going and
Don't
getting the
don't
full.
let Letterboxd
No,
obscure
there
your
was no. It
view
was
of.
just like a lot of. Well, I'm okay. The only people that are gonna watch this movie once it was announced on a Sight and Sound list are letterbox people. So don't even start.
But can I say
Your
though,
mom and my mom are not going.
the
Hey,
curse,
heard
the
John Dillman won the Sight and Sound poll. Can we watch that this weekend while the kids are out?
the
Like no,
curse of Letterboxd is that people will half watch things just so that they can log it on
that is
Letterboxd.
true. Well, even if it was full watch or half watch, doesn't matter. Saw a
They
lot of
logged
people
it.
do. They logged that some gun right there. And I was like, I kind of was waiting for the opportunity for us to do her as a director then at this point because I found that to be really fascinating for a movie that becomes the number one after, we mostly have had the same 4 or 5 films running around on number one best films of all time. And so
Been
it's a
Vertigo and Citizen Kane, really.
Vertigo, Citizen Kane, Casablanca, Godfather. Uh, I'm trying to think of another one. There's something else probably. I know Botra has always been up there of late, and uh, there's always like a Chaplin, Modern Times or something, or City Lights or something like that. There's always something, right? And so, anyway, when that went up there, I was very curious, and so, but no, I haven't had the. It's the great thing of then the box set came out shortly after that, right? And it's like, well, this is a perfect thing when we were putting together this year. It's like, this is a perfect time to crack open that box set, to do her films, to really understand. I mean, I understand what John Dillman is about. I understand her type of filmmaking and what we were getting ourselves into. It's one thing to know what you're going to get yourself into. It is another to then sit down and watch these films, right, Jay? It is another
Hmm.
thing. And you have done that, and again, I'm going to watch a couple of those short films after this because my life right now has been very, very, very busy. Jay knows, but
There's
so
one that's just a panning shot of an apartment for like
20 minutes,
10 minutes.
10
Yeah.
minutes, that's perfect.
They do it twice and then they pan the other direction. And that's the whole movie.
So I was not like super like, oh my god, what is this movie? When I was watching it, I knew what I was going to get myself into when we were watching this film today. And I gotta say though, I was as the movie was going on, and you get sort of kind of sucked in to her style right away. It's quite. brilliant just how much she is able to control everything from like the first opening frames. I found this movie to be like extremely fascinating. Just not only just because of like what you said about the form, where she is forcing the audience to reckon with time itself.
Mhm.
Like the number one thing, it's very funny. Jay, you and I, what was the number one thing that we loved about One Battle After Another this year? Which was like, that is a movie that's 2 hours and 40 minutes, and it feels like a 90-minute movie because it is just moving and
Mhm.
moving and moving and moving. And this is like the
Chantal
opposite.
Akerman would have hated it.
She would have hated
That's
it.
actually not true.
No, I think she would have really liked it. But
She what there's a great quote that she has where she says that American directors don't allow the viewer to feel free before the film. That's what makes a good director, and I do the exact opposite. And I hope that the viewer feels free to feel the film and not just understand it.
no, that's fair.
That really is the thing. There is no understanding
No,
Tu Il Elle.
no, there's it to
There is
me
only an interpretation.
as I was watching the film, it was reminding me of Malick and of Lynch when we've talked about them before, where you interpret the film how you want. Maybe some of it is spelled
And
out,
that's
maybe
what
if
it
it isn't.
means.
And that's what it means to you, the viewer.
Hmm.
But really, the focus is so that you sit here and feel something. And what you then feel is what you take out of the film, right? Is that the
It's
best way to say it?
hold on. I would say it's challenging.
Yes, which is uncommon these days from people to want to be challenged
But
at the
this is, I
cinema.
mean, this
This
is
is a challenge, though. And I'm not saying this as a criticism. I'm saying this as the normal viewer would struggle with this
if
movie.
I recommend this to a coworker, I will get fired. It will be an HR violation.
I don't think it'd be that bad, but I think it would. There'd be a long discussion of is your mental health okay?
Yeah.
But for me, when I was watching it, I'm curious what you think of the film as a whole. For
Hmm.
me, I find it to be a film about like kind of the things that you were mentioning. Like that first third is about someone dealing with themselves in isolation. And what's
It's almost
and
like it's a self-imposed isolation.
yeah, it's
The part that's so weird about the first third for me is that it feels so stylized.
yeah,
It feels like some sort of post-apocalyptic prison to a certain extent.
it feels like
Almost like a dream logic.
yeah, it feels like also I don't know if you felt this
The sound of her eating that sugar is
is
like
terrifying.
abhorrent to me.
Yeah. The idea of
The
just somebody
soundscape in general in this movie is
this the
crazy.
idea of somebody just eating sugar out of a bag
It's
just as it
horrific.
is it's just a horrific it's that's a fireable offense honestly. But for me again Jane, I don't know if you felt this way. But for me it felt as if like one, this is a coming of age film. And so within a coming of age film,
Or
it
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 is a continuity of immaturity movie. I don't think there's any
I don't think there's a wrong answer here.
conclusion to this
No, I
movie where you're like,
no
oh, she's moved on. No, it
no
kind of
I
just
I
seems
don't
like
think
it's a
no I hang on. I'm not saying that. I just think that for me, I think that this is about someone maturing and growing and trying to figure out who they are. And
trying to, yes, getting there,
no,
I would
and
say no.
she doesn't have to. Most films they don't have to. Like we
Yes, it's
watched
to be fair to you, yes, a coming of age movie, not a come to age movie.
yes, exactly. And I mean like we talked about Let the Sunshine In late last year, and that's a movie where
You know what?
that's
Similar vibes.
very similar vibes.
Those
And
Europeans, man.
no, it is, and it is very much of like this is a more minimalistic version of that for sure, but very much in the same vein of like somebody trying to navigate their sense of what they want emotionally in this world, And I think the first third for me in that sort of like you're right, it's very much a prison. It felt like a prison within her own mind. Like for me,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I
It
felt
felt very internal,
like
stylized.
it felt like a stylized version of
So
how you
right.
internally feel when you're alone and you're isolated and you don't have anybody, and then you put yourself out there, right? And that's when
Mhm.
she's on this road, and you feel like you have just thrown a
And
cub
her
into the
going in the
wild. Yeah.
complete opposite direction. She sort of overcorrects from her
Mhm.
absolute solitude into, hey, I'm going to go ride in a long haul truck with this random guy.
Yeah, and I think that that's
She
then
was very true to youth.
the sort of trial by error. Like she speaks a lot to herself. She's very confident in speaking with herself, within herself, talking about her day,
Hmm.
talking about her life, and she's very confident there. But then throughout the second and third part of this film, the dialogue slips away. The internal monologue sort of slips away. It almost was also too like it felt like the alien in Under the Skin a bit too as well. Like it's just like this being forced into the world and is an observer, but also
That's what she
a
is. She's
part
an
of it.
observer. In
You
that
know what I
second
mean?
part, it's so odd.
It's
The truck driver monologues are
truck driver.
there's like incestual fantasy. It's like it's bizarre, it's disturbing. It's it is. Can I tell you the movie that this made me think of the most when I was watching it? And this is going to
Sure,
just blow your mind.
sure.
And this is more from sort of personal experience. Avatar: The Way of Water. And this is
Why?
more philosophical than,
Okay,
sort of
all right. Why was it the
true
whales?
comparison.
You know?
So when I saw Avatar: The Way of Water at a critic screening,
Okay.
I tweeted immediately afterwards, um, yo, just saw this movie, thought it was awesome. It doesn't make a ton of sense narratively, but what a movie. And then some guy came after me in the comments and was like, what a hack. This guy is just obviously saying this movie isn't any good. And then my response to him was just like, we watch movies differently. I just watch what we appreciate in film. For me, and I said this about a lot of things, if what you care about most is narrative, go read a book.
Yeah.
It's funny that Tu Il Elle actually started as a novel
Oh,
and then
that
got
makes
turned into a
sense.
movie. I cannot imagine this
As a book?
as a book. Yeah.
Yeah, because
What a
it's so visual.
sparse
Yeah.
book that would be, because
Is that a pamphlet at that point?
this
You
is
know?
about experiencing what is on screen. It is not about there's very little verbal about this movie other than again the two monologues that we get from the trucker, which there is something very interesting going on with the idea of heterosexual and homosexual relationships in the film
Correct.
that I'm sure has been explored.
1000%. Like that's where why I think that also that second part she feels so alien. I mean, this is also a person that doesn't fit in the world and in the box of the modern lens
But she's not having a
heterosexuality.
bad time.
No, she's not, but she's not like she's more of an observer than a reactor.
It's
And
a
in the second and the third part,
it's a
she
mode of
is a
transportation.
reactor. She's comfortable, she's
Yes, in the third part, she is propelling
yes,
the action. She's
she is
moving it forward.
she's secondary in the middle, and then she
The
is
second section is called The Time of the Other or Reportage,
I mean the time
which
of
I
the
think
other,
is
like
pretty telling.
the
Yeah.
other, I mean that means a lot, that could be a lot
The
of
other
different things.
sex, the
The
other.
other, yeah, sexuality in
And
terms
then
of
the
just
idea
the
of
other side of things.
reportage is just like it's not I'm not telling anyone anything. I am being told about things. And that's what happens when she's in the truck and he's just like, "Man, my marriage kind of sucks, but like I love my wife and I love my kids, but
Oh, and she helped him out too.
I'm only here to screw. Like it's just a screw. It's not for anything else." And
Yeah.
there's something so honest about that monologue where I
Well, he's also just admitting he's just like that. Not every relationship is a fairy tale. Not every relationship
but it's
is
also
going to be the end
yeah,
of this.
not just that
You
every
know,
relationship isn't a fairy tale, but it's just like this is kind of what has been working for us. She doesn't need to know about it, but so far it has proven to be a successful version of a relationship. And who is she worse off, is she, if she knows about this or not?
yeah,
And it's also just a very French thing of like, man, we're horny all the time. I
yeah.
don't know what to tell you.
She does adapt to it pretty well, I think, by the end
Even
of
though
it.
this
And
film was made in Belgium, but
yeah,
European.
it's in there. Like, I mean,
Yeah.
the idea of also too, it's just like she's completely isolated. She comes in this world. It takes her time to adjust, but she becomes this observer, becomes this listener, and through this, you see them go on this sort of sprawling, journey, and he's in the car and he's leading her, and it's sort of down a tunnel of discovery and a tunnel of what really there's some lessons that are involved.
Well, she
The
just sort
idea,
of appreciates being around another person too,
yeah,
after
this is,
being
I mean,
in
that's the idea
her
too of like,
apartment.
I was thinking a lot of just about like just people and that are older people. We talked about this a little bit with Ozu as well too, and definitely in Let the Sunshine In, about like the idea of when you're older, you know, you have a clock ticking in your head and you don't want to be alone. And we kind of neglect that like the youth is very much that as well. Like, being human, being alone as a human being is a scary fucking thing. And inside that, you can get trapped inside your head of all these things of that is talking back and forth, Jay, just at you over and over and over again. And that's what I feel like that. And then it can, at a certain point, it takes over and you feel the mundanity inside your days, and you're just counting down the days as if you're like bags of sugar is just junk. You're just eating junk. You're just
But
eating junk.
that's
You're doing
the
junk. You're like,
power of this freaking movie. It's time. It's
yeah.
just like,
But then at a
oh my
certain point,
God, the amount of days that this young woman has wasted in her apartment. It's
true.
just like in the it really makes you feel
It makes you feel empathy for her, I
the
think.
the clock of her life, where it's just
Yeah.
like, what
But Jay,
amount of
doesn't
time has
that
she wasted, which you don't really even get a sense. I mean, eventually at one point she's like, oh, it's been 28 days. And that is a long time,
I
to
mean,
be
doesn't
clear.
that then make you look a little bit of like how you invest your time and think back to your youth and of the days and the months you spent just sleeping in or doing things that you now think you
Well,
wouldn't want to
that's,
do.
yeah, I
And
mean, I would say that's the power of a lot of the Ackerman works that I've watched so far. It's just
it's the inward look then as well, right, Jay?
it's just like time, especially in Hotel Monterey. I was just like, is time the most like lethal weapon that a filmmaker has? Just watching
No,
this
the most
movie.
lethal weapon would be either Danny Glover or Mel Gibson, to
Yeah,
be
well,
fair. Yeah.
I'm getting too old for this shit, man.
There you go.
And that's the theme.
That's the theme of Hotel Monterey.
But it does just give you a sense of how precious these moments are when you see them being wasted almost in real time, presented at such a languid pace
Yeah.
that it becomes off-putting. I mean, it's very off-putting. And I would argue the first part of the film is off-putting to the point of ineffectiveness to a certain extent. And it does become a question of this fine line between patient and dull, I guess. I mean, this is a movie that requires that you reorient your idea of the medium of film. If you go into this movie not knowing what it is or what it is trying to accomplish or how it is operating, I completely understand you grabbing your TV off the wall and throwing it in the garbage can.
True, but I think when you know what type of series we're getting into here, and if you're listening still,
Which we do.
um,
And this is it's
then
sort
you
of like going
know.
to a it's sort of like going to a museum where you're like, I am prepared for what I am about to see. And I think the way that we do our show, it's like we sort of have this guided tour of what
Uh-huh.
we are working our way through.
Yeah.
And when you view it through that lens and you look at this as a true work of art and the true sort of output of an extremely thoughtful, revolutionary individual, and you view this as a complete challenge of the very way that we tell stories on film, it's an incredible achievement. I
Yeah.
there are I don't think this is a five-star masterpiece or
No.
anything, but it
But
does
I think it
completely
is a
upend traditional cinema.
no, but I think like, and I know I was making just kind of like a little remark earlier, but I do think that this is like, if people wanted to, before you see Jeanne Dielman, watch this movie because this is an hour and 28 minutes, right? You probably do a little bit less of that,
It's less than half the length of Jeanne Dielman.
less than half. And this prepares you for the type of movie she's wanting to make and the type of movie she then takes to the next level. Because she's taking these ideas and she's building it through. This is actually kind of genius filmmaking because you saw it through her short films to then what she's making now, where she's
Yeah.
building a voice.
Right now
Back
she's
then
moving
they
into long
and
form
isn't
narrative.
that
Yeah.
fascinating, Jay? Of like back then, because nowadays you don't get to make voices like this. You don't get to build the
No, she
time.
just made
She
stuff.
just made
That's
stuff.
how she built
She would be
her
like a
oeuvre.
YouTube content creator at this point, making movies and probably putting them on there. You know what I mean? Like she
Yeah.
would just be making shit to make it and making it and making it and making it in her own voice
She'd be
and
making
fine
Toy
tuning it.
Story shorts.
She'd be fine tuning it as she's going. And then this is her attempt at narrative. And inside of it, it's the word narrative is a freaking loose phrase with this, which is fine. That's great. Like, some of the great films of the French New Wave have a thin definition of what narrative is
This
as
movie
well.
is so French. Oh
It's
my
so
God.
French, and that's
Even
okay.
though it was made in Brussels,
But then
so
I,
French.
but then it's also we haven't even talked about the fact that this movie is revolutionary in what it does in
In
the
what
third act.
regard?
In the third
In the
act,
third act, the 10-minute long lesbian
which was the first like lesbian.
unsimulated sex scene. Yeah.
Yeah, it is one of it. I mean, it is a important document in film history. Is like the first graphic lesbian scene in mainstream cinema and one of the
It's
longest,
barely mainstream
barely
cinema,
mainstream,
but yes.
but you know what I mean, of made of and then
I
it's one
mean,
of the
very
longest ones,
controversial at the time.
very
It
controversial.
is. I mean, obviously, the
We're
first
in the
thing that
70s, by the way,
the
so anything, anything from I mean, that's the great part about the 70s too, and what we admire so much about the American New Wave is in this also there was this reference for international cinema back then, much like what we have right now in our modern context as well, is that there's this understanding of that it's world cinema, it's not just American cinema. And I think when this made its way over and people started to see that this was a very provocative shock to the system because I mean nothing had it been, I mean it's a 10-minute lesbian sex scene
Mhm.
and it is just two people in their bodies
It's like
going at
three
it.
shots,
Yeah. And it is it
and
and
it's
it's
kind of carnal. I
yeah, it
wouldn't say
very
it's
is.
particularly erotic.
I wouldn't say it either. I
The
would feel
thing that you
I
think
was watching
of,
it thinking
I
of
think from a modern perspective, you think about blue is the warmest color.
I was thinking about that. I also was thinking a little bit about like Verhoeven probably has watched this movie. There's no way he hasn't. Like I was
Well,
thinking
I mean,
about
he
that.
definitely has.
Like there's just something about
But for
there's
me, it's blue is the warmest color,
yeah,
which
but
is just like so. It feels so much more exploitative than
Well then, yeah. I mean, well,
Je
this
Tu
is
Il Elle.
well,
What do
this
you think
movie.
about blue is the warmest color?
Uh, well, I mean,
I don't think its legacy has a
I don't think it's
sterling
carried well,
reputation
but I mean,
necessarily.
like, I remember it being a. I mean, when I saw it, I thought it was good, but then like, I don't condone.
That sex scene is kind of absurd.
Yeah. I mean, like that is it is it's as absurd of a sex scene as the stuff in Showgirls. Like to be honest with you, it is. I mean, like in terms of just
Absurd in a different
like I'm
way.
talking about like the Kyle MacLachlan scene in like the pool. It's just like it's so over the top. You know what I mean? And
Yeah,
it's
I would, yeah, absurd in a different way. I don't think it's
yeah.
comically
No,
absurd
I
in
don't
that
think
way,
it's comically at all. I'm just
but
saying
it
it's
is
like
just
it's
like,
so absurd.
man,
It's like
this is.
inside this like pretty
Did we
decent
need all this?
coming of age drama lies this, fucking 15-minute sex scene where it's just like
It does. It is to me just sort of like
it's
this
just
feels kind of cruel.
it does. I agree. I mean, like if I was going to watch a film more of, I guess, sort of similar story, but I just think better executed, I would watch something like The Handmaiden before I would watch Blue is the Warmest Color
Yeah,
again.
for sure.
Like that movie also just aesthetically, it's just more elegant rather than repugnant at times. Like, like I don't
Repugnant
know
is a fair term
for
to
the
throw
director,
at blue is the warmest color.
I mean, like, I think that the movie itself, it's hard to judge that movie because of the fact that like everybody around it will never talk about that movie ever again. Like they just
But
do.
in
I
J
want to
two
talk about it.
ELL, it feels entirely organic and
Well,
raw
it feels real because it's also that's.
and
I
sort
mean,
of
for
sloppy in an appropriate way.
I mean, yeah, it also the director is literally in the frame. Like
Yeah.
it is uncompromisingly her. It
And it
is
was originally not supposed to be her in the film, but she was just like, she isn't really capturing what I want to be captured. I'll do it.
and that's
And then she's like, I'll get
honestly
naked all the time and have a sex scene and
it's a
very commendable.
it's a massive mirror to oneself. It's not autobiographical, this movie, in any sense of the word. God knows how
I
that
did
one
it. That it's based on a lot of her experiences
sort of, but it's she
hitchhiking across
yeah,
Europe and
but not like, I mean, she's never eaten like just like sugar out of a bag. It's not like that full plane. But
I
yes,
don't know, maybe she has.
I mean, it seems like she's really enjoying
It's
it.
the most disgusting thing anyone has ever done on screen. It kind of reminded me of
Is that the most disgusting thing you've ever seen on screen?
I mean, surely not, but it
Yeah.
reminded me of Rooney Mara in the
Ghost Story?
Ghost Story. Yeah, just eating
she-
that pie.
No, what? Okay, you're gonna bring this up, so you get the
All
wrath
right,
of a Ghost Story.
all right.
Here. The thing that drives me nuts about that,
I love a Ghost Story.
I love that movie. Oh, I love Lowry. I can't wait for the new movie this year. It's gonna be great. Is Jay? She had never had a slice of pie in her life.
I mean, that is absurd. Yeah,
Get the fuck out of here! Like that is ridiculous.
she's never tried pie.
But
All
even
right,
but
Rudy.
even if so,
Come
let's
on.
take that at face value. The pie she ate, would you consider it pie? Because it doesn't seem like it. It seemed like
More of
mush in a
more of
bowl.
custard.
Well, like she talked about, like it was all this like take the gluten out and like it didn't have this and it had like it was like pie replacement. It was like
That was like 75 calories a slice. That was not even pie.
if you're gonna eat a pie,
Come on.
at least 200 calories a slice, at least. And we're talking like get an apple pie, get a pumpkin pie, get a sweet potato pie, hell, get a rhubarb if you're getting wild, which is my favorite. Get something. But what she had was not a pie. So if Rooney Mara has never had pie, she damn sure didn't have it in that movie because that looked terrible, whatever she was eating. So, but I buy bullshit
Fair
on
enough.
that. She's in the Mara and what is it? The Roonies, right?
Yeah. Well, that's her name. Yeah.
Yeah, Rooney
Rooney
Mara.
Mara.
Well, yeah, but it's part of the two football
I know, but
families.
that's why she's named that. Yeah.
And so They've got to have 4th of July celebrations at some of these things. You're going to tell me she didn't have a slice of apple pie?
Ketchup, I'll tell you that much.
Yeah. Yeah, a ton of it, right?
Heinz Field.
Heinz Field.
I don't think it's Heinz Field anymore, though, actually.
No, it's no. Well, did you know this? That I didn't know until like a couple of years ago, like 2 years ago. I didn't know they stopped calling it the Staples Center.
Yeah, it's like a crypto thing.
It's
now,
like a
right?
crypto thing now.
The Crypto Center, whatever it's called.
That's disgusting.
Yeah.
Like to me. When I've gone to LA, I'm like, oh, that's the crypto.com arena. I'm like, the fuck it is. That's the Staples Center.
But then you think about it and you're like, oh, I was really attached to the corporation Staples as the, name of this building.
I don't know. I just grew up watching the Lakers games against the Spurs, and I was just used to it.
It's called Heinz Field. Like it should be forever.
Well, you know what? Can I tell you a fun one?
Mm-hmm.
Can I tell you a fun one? So my dad's an Astros fan, right? And whenever I got to see baseball, it's not like we never went to, Fenway. We went to Houston to see the Astros. So the Astros baseball stadium used to be like Minute Maid Park, right?
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what it was called?
Good name, fun name.
Do you know what it was called before that?
No.
It was called Enron Field.
Oh, yes, Enron. I definitely did know that, actually. Yeah, that's fun.
And I remember as a kid asking my dad, being like, hey, why did they change Enron? Like, why is it Minute Maid now?
Well,
let me tell you, son.
Sit down, son. Let me tell you something about.
Let me tell you about the United States economy.
Yeah. So now it's called Acrisure Stadium.
Which one?
Heinz Field.
Acrisure Stadium?
Mm-hmm.
That sounds terrible.
Sorry.
Well, and it's at MetLife Stadium, right? It's where the Giants play and the Jets.
Yep.
Yeah. How are you feeling about your team right now?
I don't want to talk about it.
You want to talk about the Falcons?
No. We might get John Harbaugh. That'd be cool.
I was going to say, did you guys fire your coach?
We did.
He like literally got out the field and then they just like fired him, right?
After like a good end of the season.
Yeah, you guys were like one game away.
He should have been fired. I mean, that was the right call.
You guys need a quarterback.
Yeah, the whole quarterback thing seems to be pretty important in football, I've learned.
But it seems to be an absolute crap class that's going to be coming out this year.
Well, we don't even have a first round pick, so.
Oh, well, that's good because it's going to be an absolute crap class this year.
Yeah.
The NIL stuff is just out of control. Sorry. Anyway,
college football, man. Anyway,
I don't need to get into that. Who do you think Chantal Akerman would have rooted for in the NFL?
Oh, definitely.
You want my hot take?
Yep.
I think she would have been like a Jets or a Browns fan.
I mean, probably in New York, I would think.
Probably,
she loved New York. She spent a decent amount of time in New York.
I'd probably say the Jets because she just likes the long, endless suffering, internalized suffering.
Oh, is that like the ultimate suffering fan base? That's probably the Browns, yeah.
That's probably the Browns or the Jets.
Or the Falcons. She might have been a Falcons fan. I've been living in hell my whole life.
That's fair. Yeah. Or she's the Bills. It's like the
Bills definitely qualify.
The Bills are definitely one of those where they just have like they've been so close and yet every time they get there, they get real close. They have a Brady or Mahomes or the Cowboys or whatever, just in their way, in their history. Always the bridesmaid, never the bride,
Who would you recommend Chantal Akerman films to? People that watch this podcast or listen to this podcast?
My good best friend, Jay Ledbetter.
I mean, it really is impossible.
I think this is that
you should watch Tu Il Elle.
Well, I mean, like, I do think that this movie is, I think
it's a very good film.
It's a very good film.
It's a very good piece of art.
I do as well. And I know that it feels like we're dancing around it. I felt as if going back to my original thought process of, coming of age, this is a movie definitely, in my opinion, about the idea of somebody that is queer, LGBTQ, struggling.
And this is something that Akerman rejected, was getting categorized in that way. She was like, I don't want you to play this at a queer film festival. I don't want
and she's
you
wrong.
To call this like a mental health movie.
No, but I think that
I
this is,
respect that idea.
I mean, I respect the idea of her
It
saying that.
eliminates some nuance.
Yeah, but it's also 1974.
But
And
obviously it is that, but it's a lot
it's a
more,
lot more than that.
which was her
But
argument.
like you cannot hide the fact that this is a person
Obviously it's
internalizing.
a breakthrough queer film.
Yes. It is, it's the idea of like someone who doesn't feel normal and is in, and everything is internalized, and they're scared to be out in the world and be who they are. They try to conform, they try to learn. They are an observer of that world for the most part, but they cannot hide their urges and their desires and their wants and their needs. And then by the end, it is that built up, pent up 28 days that I think unfolds, Jay, in
Hmm.
that scene. Like the reason why it is as 10 minutes or whatever, probably could have been 28 minutes for every day she's sitting in that house wanting and contemplating and needing that human thing of being true to oneself. And I found that to be exhilarating. I also think that, yeah, this is a movie about deeply compartmentalizing one's fears, and then
That
deep
is what it is about as much as anything, is just like setting parts of yourself aside
yeah,
in the name of finding some sort of relief.
yeah.
And there's not a happy ending to this movie.
No, I think it's
I,
profoundly sad to have to do that. Like it's there's
I
that's not a
think she's
joyous
just
ending.
moving on to the next
Yeah,
town.
I think she gets that closure because it is an ex relationship, but now she has to then be like, okay, I've closed this chapter, and now I have to be able to
Her
be.
walking out of that bedroom is it's very sad because
It's
it
very
does feel
sad.
there is a very much an erotic charge to that scene before.
Yeah,
There's also over the course of the film a lot of kind of infantilization of the character. There is sort of this pouty, childlike quality to her at certain points in the film,
there is
and
the way that
I
she hasn't been able to express herself like that
the
in quite
way
some
that
time, and
she is just like it's just like make me a sandwich and a drink, please. And
yeah.
then next thing you know, they're rolling around having sex.
Well, there is
I think
this.
that's definitely a huge part of it. She
Yeah,
has even stated that she is obsessed with her mother. She
yeah.
says that she's like a daughter first and foremost, and she always has been for her entire life.
Well, there is
And I
also
think
this
that's at
just
the
like
forefront of this movie.
there's this need of wanting to be taken care of, and that it
Hmm.
essentially goes back to when you're a child and just
Because if she's
when you're
not taken care
sick
of, she
or
eats bags of sugar.
exactly. I mean, you eat crap. You know what I mean? And
She
so
doesn't really know how to take care of herself.
no, she doesn't. And I think she's still trying to find herself. And I think by the end of it, it's like, okay, you know, had a sandwich, had a roll, and hey, and now I have to move past this point of my life. And this, it also feels like that this isn't the first time that they've done this. That this feels as if this has happened before. That there's history there,
Oh,
and then
they're definitely former
yeah, no, they are. But it feels like this is
girlfriends, whatever they are.
this is also part of the 28-day vicious sort of cycle. And then I do think
Sure.
and I do think that her leaving there is her leaving this and having to then and realizing then I have to move on. I have to find the next chapter. Otherwise, I'm going to be back in my own head, stuck in a room, playing out these events over and over and over again, writing them on paper, drawing oneself bare so then you can what? Do it again and be reliant upon that itch. It's yeah, it's deeply sad. And because there is also this idea of like, what if there is nothing else out there? What if there isn't anything more than a sandwich and a fuck? You know what I mean? Like, what if there's not more than that? And I think but that is the to me, Jay, when I was thinking about it, I was just like, but that's the risk. That's the risk in life and anything. Life is uncertain. The next point of time is uncertain than the one that you just had. And so therefore you have to take a leap of faith and you just have to
Well,
move
she's
on.
rejecting that leap of faith. She's just like, I understand what this is. It's next to nothing. I'm going to move on to the next thing.
Yeah.
And it is going to be told in the most patient, static way imaginable. It really does require you to reorient the way that you think about watching movies.
No, it does.
And there's
I
value
think
to
that,
that.
no, I think that there's absolute value to it. I think that I think she's moving on, but she's going to do it at her own pace, much like the audience has to understand this film at its own pace, and much have to understand the rules in which this movie is playing. It's playing on different set of guidelines and rules than you would
Oh, you're
normally find.
playing a whole new sport.
Yeah, you're playing a different sport, and I think that's kind of great because then but there's also this sense of I wouldn't call it controlled chaos. I do think that there is a sense
Oh,
though
it's controlled mundanity. I mean, it's
yeah,
just the
and
idea
so
that
and
Top
it's
Gun
all done.
Maverick and Tu Il Elle are the same medium is kind of
Medium, yeah.
ludicrous. Yeah.
Well, no, I mean, like it is also though somebody that is in front and behind the camera and fully wielding the ideas of this
Oh,
movie to existence.
revealing
Yeah,
herself entirely.
it's so
It's pretty remarkable.
as someone also that is evolving as a filmmaker to have someone that is, but still is trying to find oneself even with the form that they're playing with at this moment. It's kind of also a great meta commentary just on an artist
Oh yeah.
trying to bear their soul on
Oh, her
screen.
writing all those letters on the floor and spilling the
It's
sugar on the letters. It's
it's
very much about that process.
yeah, and
And there are definitely times in the film where I am like, all right, I get it. We
yeah,
can, I could use about
you could
three and
speed
a
it
half
up.
minutes less of
Yeah,
this.
you could speed it up here.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like move the camera just an inch.
Point
It'll be
was
fine.
made,
Yeah, point was made. But there's still, but that's also
but
the
that's the
point.
exercise.
Yeah, it's the exercise. That's the point.
She does have that thing where any criticism you throw at it, you can just be like,
That's the point.
Yeah.
Yeah. You can't really. It's kind of it's
She's
kind of
invincible.
foolproof. It's
Yeah.
kind of foolproof where you're just like,
Yeah.
you can say all what you want, but
Well, I got kind of
kind of point.
annoyed. I got kind of annoyed by the fact that she was, just like taking so much time to scoop up the sugar. Oh, well, that's the
That's the
point.
point.
It's about sort of the fact that,
Like Jay, you could do like
she
we
has
could do
such a lack
a
of
couple of these
yeah.
where you're just like, and I'm like,
No.
oh, that's the point.
There's sometimes I've said that about some Scream movies where it's like, oh, well, this part is so bad. Oh, well,
Which
that's
movies?
the point. Scream.
Oh, the screen, like the Wes Craven movies.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Where it's like this part is so contrived and generic, and it's like, oh well, that's the point. It's like
That's the
making a
point.
commentary on how generic and contrived it is.
Yeah, I mean, like
Uh,
that.
This is the complete opposite of that, but the same, opposite side of the coin, but
Yeah,
sort of a similar defense that you can take up as a Chantal Akerman stan.
yes.
But
Jay-
this is a very good film.
It is a very good
Certainly as an exercise of what the form of film can be. It's very impressive.
Very impressive. Jay, anything final you would like to say about this first Ackerman film that we've gone on this journey with today?
I mean, that's the point.
And you know what,
That's
Jay?
all I got.
You know what, Jay? That is the point.
That's the point.
J2EL. It's if we learned anything about this movie today, it's kind of the point.
It's a good looking movie.
It's a good looking
Very
movie
good
too.
looking movie.
Very beautiful film. Great restoration
Mm-hmm.
and by Criterion as well. The disc looked good on the disc.
Looked good on the disc.
There you go. Jay, before we get out of here,
Mm-hmm.
we're going to test your award season knowledge based on the film we just reviewed. In a segment we call It's an Honor to Get Nominated. I think you know where we're going here for the next 4 episodes.
Yeah.
But still got to ask, was J2EO nominated for any Academy Awards?
So what's fun about this is it was not nominated for any Oscars, but it was nominated for an MTV Movie Award for Best Kiss.
Imagine if that was true. Imagine if that was that. I mean, it's not true at all because it's not even remotely true. I'm sorry. Because of the fact that like
MTV
MTV
didn't
didn't
exist yet.
exist until like
Yeah,
19
that would have been hard.
something. So nice try. Good work.
No Oscars.
No Oscars. No, not something that was eligible in, what would this be? 1974. So we're talking about the 1979 Oscars.
75.
75, sorry. Jesus, I can't speak today. Do you know what movie was nominated for Best Picture that year? Or
I do
won?
not. Well, was this a Godfather year?
This would be The Godfather Part 2
Godfather 2.
in Chinatown.
Wow, this is a pretty good list of
And The
movies.
Conversation.
How absurd that The Godfather Part 2 and The Conversation came out in the same year. That is
Lenny
insane.
and The Towering Inferno.
Yeah, Lenny, not a movie I love. Have not seen The Towering Inferno.
You don't need to. You're totally fine.
Lenny got nominated for Best Picture, huh?
Yeah, they really love Fosse.
Hmm.
Fosse was like a
I
guy.
love Fosse too, but
Lenny's,
I don't know.
Lenny's, Lenny is a,
What's your favorite out of that lineup?
what, of those movies?
Yeah,
It's kind of hard not to say The Godfather Part 2.
I think mine's Chinatown.
I mean, that's fair too. I mean, that's
Godfather Part 2 is my third favorite on that list.
Oh, you like Conversation more?
I love The Conversation. Man,
So you
I
know,
love that movie.
there's this thing of the other a couple years ago where Jay and I and Sophia and others we were just like, which one's better, one or two? One or two? Godfather, one or two? One or two? And I hadn't seen Godfather 2 all the way in like a long time, Jay.
Hmm.
Like there was it was just like it's one of those like it's on TV all the time, and I would always catch it like an hour in,
Hmm.
and then I'm hooked, because that movie rules.
Yeah, it's
Right.
a great movie.
It's a great movie. So I watched one on the 4K, and I was like, "Fuck it, I'm gonna watch two." And I was just kind of like blown away
It's a great film.
by two again.
It's
I
so
was like,
audacious. It's crazy.
so audacious. It's so
I still think
sprawling. It's so wonderful.
I used to be a Godfather Part 2 guy. I now
One's
think
one's
Part
better.
1 is just like a sterling diamond with
It's just-
flawless.
But I love the conversation.
Love the
And
conversation.
Chinatown. I mean, Chinatown.
Chinatown, unbelievable.
We don't make movies like that anymore.
No,
Or like we have to choose between those three things.
I'm not even. I love that movie so much. I'm not even sure who directed it.
Who, Chinatown?
Yeah,
It couldn't tell you. Couldn't tell
yeah, I'm not sure.
you. Yeah,
I'm just gonna leave that a mystery.
Would you nominate this movie in any category?
Um,
I don't know if it would be eligible for international since other films from Italy and other places,
I guess I don't know if this counts as Belgium. Put it in there.
I guess so.
Haven't seen almost any of those.
You haven't seen Almacord?
Just Armor Cord. Yeah,
Okay.
that's all.
Well, Day for Night, the Truffaut film, that was nominated for director.
But not international film.
No. Cassavetes nominated for A Woman Under the Influence.
Yeah, but movie I haven't seen.
It's a
I gotta
great.
do the Cassavetes dive.
This is a great year. Claudine, Alice Doesn't Live Here Anymore.
Yeah,
Yeah. Finney's Murder on the Orient Express.
Harry and Tonto.
Yeah.
Seen that one?
Sadly, I have.
Art Carney, Best Actor.
It's fucking terrible in that movie.
Paul Mazursky, one of our favorites.
Thunderbolt and Lightfoot, good movie. Blazing Saddles is this year.
Yeah,
This is the year of Blazing Saddles, one of the great comedies of all time. Young Frankenstein as well too.
I would throw it in for screenplay.
Yeah.
Why not?
Screenplay.
I don't know. It's probably better than Harry and Tonto.
I was going to ask you, is there a screenplay to this movie?
There's, I think, a
There's
fairly
something.
strict screenplay.
Sure. Okay.
Well, I mean, obviously they're just like, okay, now move some furniture for a while. All right, now, why don't you just sort of lay around in the back of a truck for a while? But it is crazy that they filmed this, even with that free flowing feel to all of it. They filmed it in a week.
That's
Crazy.
to do something like that in a week.
Yeah.
I mean,
I'm not sure I'd give it a ton of nominations, though.
that's okay, buddy. You don't have to if you don't want to. No one's forcing you to do anything you don't want to do here, Jay.
Earthquake got a cinematography nomination, huh?
Yeah. Where do you
Okay.
think we're at with the Oscars this year?
What do you mean?
Like where do we stand?
I mean, it's
Start.
going to be a one battle wave.
Yeah. Well, you're Mr. Riding on a high from Honora being right last year. Time of this recording, we're in
I mean,
early
the
January.
year
You
before Honora was Oppenheimer, right?
yeah.
It's just not that hard to predict this stuff anymore. I got Oppenheimer. I got Honora. It's going to be one battle. Just ask me these things now. I'm an expert.
Yeah. Some would say an Oscar expert?
Your words, not mine.
Yeah. Looks like somebody might need to be giving up their channel soon.
Yep.
All right. We should get them on the pod.
Come on, bring
Come
them
on.
on.
You and the Oscar expert talking Oscars?
We would love to see it.
We'd love to see it. Who wouldn't? Honestly, who wouldn't want to see it? I'd love to see it. Who would be right, you or him?
Him.
Oh, okay. Well, that's very nice of you, Jay.
Yeah, I'm a generous guy. I'm a humble guy.
You're a humble man.
Mm-hmm.
You're a humble man, indeed. All right, Jay. Tell everybody where they can find you all your work on the internet, as well as also your recommendation of the week, buddy.
Yeah, you can find me on this podcast again. Just keep listening. We would love it if you did that. Letterboxed, J Ledbetter, Twitter at Mr. J Ledbetter. Any writing I'm doing over at the old website awardswatch.com. My recommendation of the week, right? I'll blind buy a Criterion. I'll just do it. If it's got a cool cover, if it's a movie that I've heard is good, I'll buy it.
Mm-hmm.
And this one was mostly for the cover. I thought it was one of the coolest covers I've ever seen on a Criterion. And I watched it this week. Have you watched Throwdown,
Throwdown.
the Johnny Toe film?
I have not watched it yet.
You should watch it. Are you familiar? You know the cover I'm talking about?
Is it
His
like red?
head is on the side. It's like a kind of
Yeah.
like
It's like
uh,
a
purple.
purple, pink.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Watch it this week. It is so good. It's got like, if I could sell it in the most basic way possible, it's got the style of Tony Scott, the sort of visual style of Tony Scott, the storytelling Scott style of Martin Scorsese, and the fun martial arts action of a great Asian film. Johnny To, a great Hong Kong filmmaker. Honestly, I'm just getting into his work, and now I'm all in on his work. Um, and this is a movie that is a martial arts film, but not really a martial arts action film. It's more of a martial arts drama. It's more about these people surrounding martial arts related scenarios. And it is at times melodramatic to the point of being operatic, very emotionally affecting, always thrilling and propulsive, and you care about these people so much. It's about regret and redemption, rebirth, and just sort of rediscovering the things that you love and also discovering new things and people that you love. And I thought it was amazing. It's like 95 minutes. Throwdown. Check it out. I've been watching a lot of good movies lately, but this was the one that I really wanted to call out.
Buddy, got to put it on the list.
Check it out.
Got to check it out. We'll check it out this week. All right. I will.
Great cover.
Great cover. I will check it out. It's one that's on the shelf, and I can just pull it off easily and watch it. You can find me on Twitter, Instagram, Letterboxd, Blue Sky, at Ryan McQuade77. You can find all my work at awardswatch.com. If you like podcasts, we got the main show that releases earlier in the week. iTunes and Spotify 5-star reviews, we greatly appreciate it. While you're over on the website, Jay, You know what you got to do? You got to sign up for the newsletter, buddy. I
You
don't know if
gotta sign up for the
you
newsletter.
got to
I've been
do it, buddy.
saying that.
He's been telling the whole world. He's been going up to the family.
Putting
He's been going
flyers
up to
out.
friends. He's been going everywhere. He's like, you don't understand. Eric
Sign up for the
Anderson, you
newsletter.
know, Eric Anderson, he makes that newsletter every week, twice a week.
He got
Twice a week.
so mad at me for the Dick Tracy episode. I felt like I owed him. I've been really spreading the word about
You
the,
got to
the
spread the
newsletter.
word. And so, you know what? If you sign up for that, it's the best place to get all the news, reviews, interviews, podcasts sent to you on the site, all in one place. You'd be a fool not to do it. Do it. Sign up for it right now. Recommendation of the week. I can finally talk about this movie.
Oh boy.
Because at the time we're recording, it's about to release. But the time of this release of this episode, you all should have been making your way down to the Bone Temple.
You gotta go to the Bone Temple.
You gotta go to the Bone Temple. You gotta get in. You gotta pay the bone toll. All right. You gotta go to Bone Town. All right. You gotta go Templin.
I've been saying.
The Temple of Bone. All right. Indiana Jones and the Temple of Bone. All right.
Sure.
It's legit. It's the best movie of the year, easily. And I know it's early on, but it's going to be hard to top this thing.
As of
January 14th. Well, okay. To be fair, Jay, there are movies that were held over from last year that I've seen at festivals
Primate.
that are coming out that are great films.
No, those don't count.
No, they do count because they're coming out this year.
Which ones?
Mirrors Number 3, the new Christian Petzel film.
Oh, you're saying, the stuff that, okay.
Yeah,
I thought you were going to say like No Other Choice counts.
No,
Okay,
that stuff's
all right,
last year.
okay,
That
okay,
counts
okay,
for
okay,
last
okay,
year.
Okay.
You know better than that. You,
All right, I was just checking.
What are you doing? You know better than that. You know calendars.
I'm sorry, Ryan. I'm sorry.
You know what? Fair, buddy. I forgive
Thanks,
you.
man.
I forgive you. It's the least I can do. It's the new year. I can forgive you for something as dumb as that. Anyway,
You got to watch Throwdown.
I gotta watch Throwdown. You gotta go to the Bone Temple. You gotta go.
I got to go to the Bone Temple. I'm going to the Bone Temple
You love the first one.
in the next couple of days. 28 years
Yes.
later was
Yeah.
one of my 5 favorite films of last year.
This movie rocks. Nia DaCosta.
And you didn't even really like the.
I thought it was
28 years
good.
that
I
much.
thought it was fine. And this one was like, holy shit. This
Nia
rocks.
DaCosta,
She's killing it right now.
a
Did you
talent.
watch Hedda?
Not yet.
You gotta watch Hedda.
That Marvels though.
Okay. If I'm watching Throwdown this week, you need to watch Hedda.
Okay, I'll watch Hedda, and you watch Throwdown.
I will. And then you need to go to the Bone Temple.
All right.
She's working hard. She's
No,
doing.
I've heard Hedda is very good.
It's
I'm
fantastic.
I've really been rooting for Nia DaCosta.
I think she finally gets
The
an IP.
Marvels thing was
That's not her fault.
a speed bump.
That's not her fault.
No,
None of that was her fault.
she got a bag.
Can't
Good for her.
Candyman is a little bit her fault. We call
Candyman's
that
a
what
little bit
it
her fault. But God, Candyman's got stuff. Looks good.
It looks damn good. But yeah, it also felt like she lost control of the thing about Hedda is it actually feels like a movie from her. Like it feels like a continuation of the director we saw with Little Woods. And this one feels like with working with Garland that she just got to do her thing.
Mm-hmm.
And somebody just had the confidence, let her cook. Movie looks incredible. Ray Fiennes gives like one of the performances of his
The
career.
Bone Temple.
Jack O'Connell.
I'm telling you, the last 25 minutes of 28 years later,
That's
is,
the
like,
best stuff.
Unbelievable.
That's the best stuff of that movie to me, Jay.
Cried.
And then when it
And that's
then
what this movie is.
it's going to carry on into this movie. This movie to me. Can I tell you a movie that I thought of when I was watching this movie?
Godfather
And-
Part 2.
I was thinking of The Last Jedi.
Well, all right.
I was thinking of a movie.
You were thinking of a pretty good movie.
I was thinking of a damn good movie that really plays with the world here and takes it on a trajectory that I don't think many people would see coming and has so many interesting things to say. I do think people will probably find it a little controversial, like some of the places it goes, but it is electrifying. It is thrilling. It's bloody. It continues. And I think Garland continues in this world to write some of his best work that he's done in a long time.
Yeah.
Like he's knocking it out of the park with these scripts. And
honestly, ever since Men, he's been doing pretty good.
Yeah, he's like Warfare's pretty solid. Civil War's interesting.
I kind of like Civil War.
I know you do. I thought that movie was going to be so deplorable, and then honestly, it ended up being pretty interesting outside of what I thought it was going to be. It was just marketed like that. I think Min is the only speed bump. I think if you got rid of that movie, he would probably be on like a really
good record.
Pretty good record. And I mean, Ex Machina and Annihilation are really great.
Now
films.
He's doing that video game.
Elden Ring.
Yeah,
I'm excited. You know, I'm pretty.
He's a big gamer.
He is. He's a baller.
Yeah.
Yeah. So go
He's
see the Bone.
Very serious guy.
Yeah, I did a Q&A with him last year.
Yeah, not a guy that smiles a lot.
No, but I made him laugh.
Well, okay.
Yeah.
Humble brag.
And before he made like literally his way to the car because he was like done with the Q&A, he came up to me, shook my hand, and said,
"Bye."
He said, "Thank you, Ryan. That was actually very, very good. And I don't like these things." And then
wow.
So that's the highest compliment you can get from Alex Garland.
Huge.
And then the other guy, Ray Mendoza, who directed it, he was super nice. Like he just stayed the whole time, talked to everybody. I think Garland knew like this movie isn't for me. This is about Ray. And that's actually very smart of him in a lot of ways. But I'm so pumped for you to see this movie. I hope you like it. I hope you like it. I do think you will like it. If you like the last one, you'll like this one as well. But you loved the last one.
Loved it.
So I think it's
and I'm not a Boyle guy.
You're not a Boyle guy. And
Boyle gives me boils, generally.
And you've been, I mean, as we all have sort of mixed on DaCosta, but we're rooting for her. We're rooting for
Big
her.
time. We reviewed Little Woods back in the day.
Yeah, and we liked it.
We were like,
this is good.
Wow, can't wait for what's coming down the pike.
But I really need you to see Hedda before that.
I think she's talented.
Yeah, she's got to.
So I'm ready.
Sean Bobbitt.
I'll watch Hedda. You know what? I might watch Hedda right after we log off.
No, you won't. You're going to bed. There's no way you're staying up that late. It's a good 2-hour movie. I got to tell you, Sean Bobbitt's cinematography in that movie, out of bounds. Out of bounds, buddy. Out of bounds stuff. You got to love it. All right. Next week.
We got an important movie next week or what?
Yeah, we're talking about Jeanne Dielman next week.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
I'm super excited about it. Jeanne Dielman next week here on the podcast, continuing the Chantal Akerman movie series. Thank you all so much for listening, and we'll see you all next time.